Welcome to the YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub, your one-stop solution for expert guidance, best practices, and actionable knowledge in the world of contact centers. Explore, learn, and enhance contact center skills. Let's map the key considerations for target setting of cost to serve in a contact center. Let's explore one of the most important elements in setting cost to serve targets: industry and service complexity. Not all industries are created equal. In banking, healthcare, and insurance, the level of compliance is high, the processes are tightly regulated, and the interactions demand skilled, well-trained agents. Naturally, this drives higher CTS targets, because the cost per interaction is inherently higher. In contrast, industries like e-commerce, retail, and telecommunications deal with simpler, more standardized queries. These environments can leverage higher automation, self-service, and lower-cost support models, enabling lower CTS targets without compromising quality. The key principle is context-driven target setting. Regulated industries shouldn't be measured against retail benchmarks. Aligning CTS goals with service complexity ensures realistic targets, sustainable operations, and accurate financial planning. Another critical factor in cost to serve target setting is geography and delivery model. When operating onshore in regions like the US, UK, or Europe, labor costs are significantly higher. As a result, CTS targets are naturally elevated, typically ranging between $5 to $7 per contact. By contrast, offshore delivery models, in countries like India or the Philippines, benefit from lower wage structures, allowing CTS to drop considerably, often in the $1.5 to $3 per contact range. Nearshore models, such as LATAM or Eastern Europe, usually fall in the mid-range of $3 to $5 per contact, balancing cost efficiency with proximity advantages. Additionally, work from home and hybrid delivery models can reduce facility and infrastructure costs. However, those savings may be partially offset by increased spending on technology, security, and remote enablement. The key takeaway: your geographic footprint and delivery model play a decisive role in shaping realistic, sustainable CTS targets. Next, let's talk about channel mix, one of the most powerful levers in setting cost to serve targets. When your operation is voice-heavy, you're dealing with the most expensive service channel. Live voice typically drives CTS up, often in the range of $4 to $7 per contact. A digital-first model, using channels like chat, email, or social media, usually brings CTS down to a mid-range of $2 to $4 per contact. This is because agents can handle multiple conversations concurrently, improving efficiency. At the lowest end of the cost curve sits self-service and AI containment, with costs typically ranging between 5 cents and $1 per transaction. Your target CTS should directly reflect your channel blend strategy. The more automation and digital channels you leverage, the lower your achievable CTS, without sacrificing service quality. Let's look at how automation and AI maturity shape cost to serve target setting. In low automation environments, CTS is primarily driven by human labor costs. Every interaction depends on an agent, making it harder to bring CTS down without compromising service quality. As automation matures, through chatbots, RPA, and AI agent assist, more interactions are either fully or partially resolved without human involvement. This reduces labor dependency and drives significant cost savings. In high automation environments, your CTS targets should be progressively lowered to reflect these efficiency gains. The key principle: cost to serve targets must evolve with your AI adoption curve. As technology does more of the work, your cost baseline shifts, and your financial expectations should, too. Another essential pillar in cost to serve target setting is operational efficiency. Metrics like average handle time, first contact resolution, occupancy, and shrinkage aren't just performance indicators, they're embedded directly within CTS. If a contact center struggles with high AHT, low FCR, or inefficient scheduling, it must set realistic CTS targets that reflect its current operational state. Setting overly aggressive goals too early only leads to missed targets and financial pressure. On the other hand, centers with mature workforce management, streamlined processes, and strong operational control can confidently set more ambitious CTS goals, knowing they have the efficiency backbone to support them. Operational maturity drives financial flexibility. Better efficiency unlocks lower, more competitive cost to serve targets. Let's talk about customer experience guardrails in cost to serve target setting. CTS is a financial efficiency metric, but it should never come at the expense of service quality. Your targets must not compromise key customer experience metrics like service level, CSAT, NPS, or CES. Pushing for aggressive CTS reduction through cost-cutting tactics, such as understaffing, over-automation, or lowering support quality, may look good on paper in the short term. But in reality, it increases SLA breaches, drives customer churn, and can ultimately cost far more than it saves. The right CTS targets strike a strategic balance, maintaining cost efficiency while protecting customer experience. That balance is what builds both sustainable operations and long-term customer loyalty. Let's now explore how the client pricing model plays a critical role in cost to serve target setting, especially in BPO environments. In a BPO contract, your bill rate must sit comfortably above your CTS to ensure a healthy profit margin. Typically, this margin buffer is around 15 to 25% for offshore delivery and 8 to 15% for onshore operations. Your CTS targets must also be aligned with contractual SLAs, penalty clauses, and performance incentives. If your cost base eats into the margin buffer, even small SLA penalties can quickly turn a profitable program into a loss. The key is strategic alignment. CTS targets should not only reflect operational efficiency but also protect and sustain commercial profitability within the pricing framework. Another important factor in cost to serve target setting is volume and scale. When contact volumes are high, you benefit from economies of scale. Fixed costs are spread over a larger base of interactions, driving your CTS down and improving overall cost efficiency. But when volumes are low or flat, those same fixed costs get allocated across fewer contacts, pushing CTS higher. This is especially critical for operations with heavy infrastructure or fixed overheads. That's why CTS targets should be calibrated to expected volume trends, not just current performance. Strategic planning around scale helps ensure realistic, stable, and financially sustainable targets. Finally, let's talk about benchmarking and best practices in cost to serve target setting. To set meaningful CTS goals, it's essential to compare both internally and externally. Start with your own historical performance to identify trends and efficiency improvements over time. Then, layer in industry benchmarks specific to your vertical and geography to ensure your targets are both competitive and realistic. Here are some typical healthy CTS ranges for blended operations, including both voice and digital channels. Offshore, $1.50 to $3 per contact. Nearshore, $3 to $5 per contact. Onshore, $5 to $7 per contact. These aren't rigid numbers, but guiding benchmarks to help align operational performance with market standards. Let's wrap up with a strategic summary on setting cost to serve targets. Effective CTS target setting isn't about chasing the lowest number, it's about balancing operational reality with financial strategy. Leaders must consider industry complexity and compliance requirements. Different verticals mean different cost structures. Geography and wage markets, onshore, nearshore, or offshore impacts baseline CTS. Channel mix strategy, shifting from voice to digital and self-service can dramatically reduce costs. Automation maturity and AI adoption, as technology scales, CTS targets should adjust accordingly. Operational efficiency factors like AHT, FCR, shrinkage, and occupancy. Customer experience guardrails, maintaining CSAT, SLA, and NPS while optimizing cost. Client billing models and contract terms, ensuring healthy margins and SLA compliance. Volume scale and forecast stability, because economies of scale shape cost dynamics. The best CTS targets are realistic, benchmark-driven, and strategically aligned with both profitability goals and customer experience excellence. This is how top-performing organizations build sustainable cost efficiency without compromising customer trust. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. See you in the next video.